Hello, welcome to Python typecasting. So what is casting? Casting is a term used to convert from one data type to another, like from integer to a float and integer to a complex variable. So let's look at the types of numbers we have in Python. So we have the integer, which is a whole number, positive or negative, without decimals, of unlimited length. So examples we have here is like 1, 5, 1000 minus 2, and 602,345. So the next type of number is float, or a floating point number, which is a number, positive or negative, containing one or more decimals. So in the examples we have here is minus 2.8, 10.28, and we also have minus 87.7 exponential 100, and also 12 exponential 4. The third type of number we have is complex numbers, and simply they are written with a J as the imaginary part. So let's see how we can confirm the types of numbers. So we're back on the console and we can see three different variables, y, x, and z. Y, which is an integer, assigned value of 1, x is assigned a complex variable, and z is assigned a floating point exponential. So we're going to print the types and confirm that they are indeed the assigned data types. So we can see that x is a complex variable, y is an int, and z is a floating point. So we're going to perform Python typecasting on the number variables. We can see that you can convert from one number type to another with the int, float, complex constructor functions or methods. From int to float, y, from float to int, and z from int to a complex number. So we can see here that x, y, and z have been assigned values, integer, float, and complex. So let's run this and see. So we can see that it printed out from our statement the value of a, b, and c, and we can confirm that a has been converted from an int value, which was formerly x, to a floating point value, which is now a, and b has been converted from a floating point variable, which was y, to an int variable, which is now b. And we can see the final one, c, was converted from an integer, which was x, to a complex variable, which is now c. So now for strings, there are many times when you want to specify a string type on a variable. This can be done with string casting. So we use the str constructs to construct a string from a wide variety of data types, including strings, integer literals, and float literals. So let's see how that is done. So in this example, we can see that y, x, and z have been assigned different variables, but first they've been constructed by the string construct to become string variables. So in the first one, we see x was assigned a number 4 with a string men. So it's 4 men, which is going to be constructed to one string, and that's why we have 4 men, which would be the output. Then we also have y, which was assigned a number of 2 but converted to a string, and z, which was assigned a floating point of 3.0, which should be converted also to a string. So let's run this and see. So here we have that 4 men is now the string, 2 and 3.0, which are all strings.